Anyway, and my lipstick look good.
Yeah, everything good. Yeah. Well, the teeth, you can't really help it.
I can't stand you, dog. You stupid. Ain't got a lipstick on?
Yeah, that left tooth.
Why you say it like that?
Whoa.
Is it out? Get it up!
Let me go get one of my drills. Alright, it's good.
Come on, get it up.
Everything's good. No, it's good. Everything's good. Everything's great. Let's go.
You're stupid.
Here we go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Mrs. and Mr. Show. Thank you so much for coming back and tuning in with us and subscribing and commenting on our last video. We really appreciate it. Please, if you're not subscribed to our channel, please click the button and also comment or share the video if you would like. We really would appreciate it. In today's video, we're going to be talking all about cheating.
Right.
Is it okay to stay in a relationship if you have cheated?
We also just want to make the disclaimer that we haven't cheated on each other. So for anybody who's thinking,
yeah, well, it depends on.
Well, here we go. So you about to find something out that I haven't. that I don't know. But just to say that this is something that going to define our perception of cheating, and just want to say that we haven't done what traditional thinking has said.
Okay. I don't feel like we've had any infidelity.
So then why would you just
I was just playing. No, okay. So first of all, we're gonna first describe what is our definition of cheating. So
sure. Definition of cheating
for you.
Biblical or just me?
Just for you.
All right.
I mean, you could take it biblical too.
All right.
If you want to.
I don't know. Well, since sin separates us from God, I would say anything that causes a hindrance between you and the person you love,
okay,
is cheating.
Okay. Like for me, like more specifically, I would say cheating is anything that, like, any thoughts for me. Like, say if you like thinking about another woman like excessively.
Yeah.
I mean, like you're gonna see another beautiful woman.
True.
That's just human.
And vice versa, you're gonna see somebody that's attractive as male. Right.
Like you're gonna say like, oh, like she's nice looking or he's nice looking, but you're not gonna dwell on that lady. Like if you at night thinking about she was looking good or whatever.
Right.
No. And also I feel like if you form like an emotional connection with somebody, say for instance, now I'm not the type that is against people who have friends of the opposite sex. Yeah. And if you're married, right? Yeah. That's totally fine, because I've had male friends and it was just strictly friends. Like we never had feelings for each other, nothing like that.
That's vice versa for me. For all of the friends that I've had that was female, something happened sexually. So. You know, I don't know the fact he must have been ugly or something.
No, I just think that sometimes...
If you left me alone with a woman and we got to know each other, this is back then, this is before the marriage, then something got close. So that's actually what happened with me and you. Right.
But I'm saying, okay, so I'm saying with the friend, let me go back to the friends now. If you have a friend that you, like if I had a male friend and I'm like telling him all of my emotional stuff and
instead
I'm like...
significant other.
Instead of George. Right. Like if I'm going to him like, oh, I really feel this way or stuff like that, then I feel like that's like a thin line. Sure. I need to come into you first. Right. And then we don't need to be hanging. We all need to be hanging out together.
I agree. There's times when one will come and say that they're friends, but they really trying to do something totally different. Yeah. We have seen that. If you know a person who is like, they start calling brothers and sisters, and we all can get that because that's how many people hooked up. And let's be honest, that's how a lot of people have game. They can't really speak to the person, so then they start saying, this is my brother, this is my sister. So there's a lot of people who will come and act like they friends even when the other mate is there. So
That's true.
I want to disagree with one thing. You say that even if a person is there, because sometimes those inner circles can cause problems, like that one movie where the person found out that their friend was cheating through that book. What movie was that? African American movie. Where remember he was writing that book, and Morris Chestnut was in it.
Oh, okay, The Best Man.
Yeah, so The Best Man. So there are times when, like for me, and I'm gonna stick to it, that it's something that will hinder the person, the two couples. So that could be anything. And then I want to even bring it to a further. Cheating hasn't always have to be heterosexual. Cheating could be like if a dude is so much hanging out with another friend so much that the other person is left by themselves, that can be cheating. So cheating is not only sexually, cheating can be mentally, cheating can be spiritually, because you can have a spiritual partner outside of the relationship. Anytime your significant other feels left alone, that can be cheating.
That's cheating, yeah.
And just my personal opinion.
Okay, so do you feel like people should stay in a relationship or a marriage if they have been cheated on?
And then this is a deep question. You know what I mean? First and foremost, this is going to throw some people totally off. I would say yes, because ultimately you're supposed to love that person unconditionally. Now I know that's against the norm, because it's basically saying love me no matter what. But hold up, isn't that what we said too? When we gave our vows, we said death to do us part. It wasn't the fact that if you cheated, the pastor didn't say that. You know, I can understand that some people would disagree with that based upon biblical scriptures, but at the same time, one should, let me tell you this, first and foremost, it's kind of oxymoron, but we address both of them. First and foremost, you can't cheat on somebody who you're in love with. That's number one. That's number one.
I agree.
So if somebody cheated on you, the fact that should you have stayed, I would say yes, because the fact is, that person you should love that person unconditionally, so you should stay with them. But then on the opposite side, cheating should never happen in the first place if you love. So it's like almost like R. Kelly said, "Oh baby, I'm sorry," you know, all that type of, like, squash the noise, keep all that garbage, because you shouldn't have to apologize to somebody that you're in love with, because your hormones shouldn't have got you to that person, that point in your life.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. Like, I feel like sometimes when people cheat, they be like, "Oh baby, I love you." Like, no you don't, because you, like, it's like, even when I'm mad at him, like, I don't even want, I'm mad at all men, like, you know, like, I don't even have no kind of, like, sexual desire to have, like, sex with another, let alone probably him,
no,
let alone another man. So I don't get how people can cheat and say they love somebody. Like, I just don't get that. I don't get that rationale. Like, how can you cheat on me and you say you love me? Like, you don't love me, because sex is
supposed to be formed. It's supposed to be creating love.
Yes, you're supposed to be creating love, and that's a connection. Like, not only is it a physical connection, but to me, it's like a spiritual. It's like a, you know, like it's a connection. So how can you even make that connection with somebody else and you say that, you know, you love me? Like, you can't love me.
And this is the so this is really bringing up a whole like so many different avenues. First and foremost, a lot of people have lust and think it's love and blame love because they fell in lust.
That's right.
Because what's happening is so many times people are having sex saying that I love you, because let's be real, when it feels good, you can just darn near say I love you anytime. But then when that person comes, you look at them like, oh, I don't really love you the same way. And let's be honest, when they come to that, hit that climax, keep it professional, when they hit that climax, it's kind of like, so a lot of people fall in love. So then when they say I love you, person say, yeah, we in love. But when they have sex with somebody else, they say I love you. So now they said I love two people. No, you really fell in lust with two people, because love is between just a man and a woman. We have, you know, just stating that biblical on that on that aspect. Absolutely. And it can't be between you and another concubine and another so and so and another side chick, or for or another side man. So I say that's one aspect, and the second aspect is. Yes, a person should stay together, because, like we said, there's different forms of cheating. Right. It's not just sexually, but one can cheat, like we talked about, spiritually. Like you have a spiritual partner and you Xing your mate out. Anything that gets in between us can be the form of cheating.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you are belittling your mate. Because your half shouldn't be out more with by yourself than without the connection of both folks.
Absolutely. And I think that it depends on like where you are in your relationship as well. So like if you're not married and you already have these problems, and I heard this saying before, like if you have to go to counseling, because y'all have problems before you get married, you need to kind of reevaluate that relationship because you shouldn't be having no problems. You know, like cheating. You're gonna have problems. That's natural. You're gonna argue with your mate or whatever. But like problems like cheating, like infidelity and stuff, those kind of problems you really shouldn't have before you get married or anything, because at that point, that's the point where it should be fresh. You should be dating. You should be like so in love. You so giddy about that person. So I think that you should evaluate the situation before that. Now, once you get to marriage, I feel like it's a different ball game. Oh, you're gonna have to work a little harder. You're not gonna want to give up so easily. So in my situation, in my past, like I've cheated like what society's view of cheating is having sex with somebody else when I was in a relationship. That's cheating, right? So I mean, I've done that before. Now I've been cheated on as well.
But here goes the question I have to ask you, because this is something I was thinking of. Most times we say that we've been cheated on, we place all of that blame on the other person. But were you cheating at the same time?
Yes. Now, not cheating like having sex with somebody else.
Flirting.
But flirting.
Okay.
Having different dudes. Whatever. Yes, I was.
Okay. All right. So
I was a little played.
She's a no. This is straight. No, this is good. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, this is all before me. Just want to make that disclaimer.
Absolutely.
All right, because
when we got together, this was real.
Because I don't play that. I don't play that. No,
right?
No. But the thing is, a lot of times when somebody say that I've been cheated on, they kind of X themselves out. Most times when somebody's cheating, the other person is cheating. It's like that one blues song, cheating in the next room.
Okay. You know what though? Because I've been cheated on, so you tell yourself like in a relationship, this not gonna happen to me. So I'm not going to put my all into this person because I know what happened before. So I'm gonna be like a step ahead of you.
But listen, I'm glad you brought it up and I'm glad you're keeping it real. But at the same time, we also can't say that you've been cheated on in that circumstance because you was cheating. To me, when I think of cheating on, is that person who did all that they can. They tried to make it work and they was at home doing what they needed to do, and he or she was out with another woman or a man and came home as if nothing ever happened. To me, that's cheating. But if you flirting, if you having sex with somebody else and you thinking about another man or another woman, vice versa, depending on your sex, then you haven't been cheated on. They were doing what you did to them.
But I feel like, I got cheated on first, so then it's kind of like, I mean, some situations, like, you get cheated on enough to be like, okay, I'm not going to be sitting here, getting cheated on. I'm going to, and then again, it depends on where you are in your life, too. So, like, you super young, you should, like, you got as many fish in the sea.
Hey, right. Okay? Right.
So, you young, don't dwell on that one little person, who wants to go out and cheat on you. You got dudes hitting you up or girls hitting you up. But do your thing.
But let me say this, though. I want to say this. Sorry to cut you off. Once a person, because like my disclaimer, first and foremost, to say that if cheating happened, then you didn't love that person. Okay, there.
I agree with that.
That's when the relationship ended. Okay?
Right.
So if a person is cheating, and you say, no, I need to stay ahead of you. You never was in no relationship anyway. Then that means you were just in a sex buddy. Let's keep it real. You were just like, I can't say, but you just a sex buddy. So your sex buddy cheated on you.
With somebody else.
So then did you set that little like a contract with him, like this is the only thing you gonna be hitting in this 9-month period? Let's just keep. This is the only thing we gonna be there. So if you didn't state to that person, no. Now if you in your phone, you got more than one girl or one dude in your phone,
you cheating.
No. Listen, what I'm saying to you. Yeah, of course you cheating.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying that's never going to happen if you fall in love. What I'm saying, if you got that before you dating, then you're not in no relationship in the first place.
That's true.
That means you not in no real sentimental I love you type relationship. You just in it for either the money or even for the sex. Because I want to say this, and then I know you had the point, and I didn't want to cut you off. Because when you truly fall in love, sex with love is better than sex without love.
Yes.
Then there will be no cheating because say for instance, a woman gain weight. She's still going to be as sexy as she was when she was skinny. That's if you truly in love. And if you truly in love, we may have had sex before our previous marriage, okay? Which most, society tells we should, Bible tells we should, but in society we do. You still will say this is the best sex that I had based upon the love experience, even though there's other things that can alterate sex, size, feelings, and everything else. But when you fall in love, all of the other stuff get out. So there's a difference between now when you lusting with two people. You can't say he cheating on me because y'all both lusting after one another. And if you lusted with him or her, you probably go do it again with somebody else.
That's true. Like I said, it just depends on where you are in your life, and where your relationship status is.
Yeah.
Now, if you're in a relationship, right? Y'all in a serious relationship.
Yeah.
And y'all been together for a while and stuff, and it's something real, And like you said, you should not even have like I said, you see a nice pretty lady, or you see a nice young man, you're like, oh, because we human. Like, we recognize what looks nice.
True,
that doesn't mean that because we got in a relationship, we got married, that we got blind.
Right.
But,
Right.
Like, your desire should not even, want to be with that other person like that. You know what I'm saying? So, even if y'all get mad or whatever, like I said, if we get mad at each other, we're not going to be like, man, I want to go out and just cheat on, because that's not really true love.
True.
Like I said, sometimes if you're mad, you don't have sexual desire, but then, if it, to have sex, but you're still attracted to your mate.
Right.
If it gets to that point where you're not even attracted to your mate anymore, or, you feel like you want to go out and cheat, just leave it alone.
Right. And then also there are different forms of
cheating.
And we have to bring up something that many people don't specify. That's pornography. Pornography is a form of cheating.
Yes.
And that can start to hinder, like for instance, when I say that if you love somebody you'll never cheat, I'm talking about the stereotypical that you with another person and you guys get that bond and have sex, but there are circumstances that can lead to that ultimate. Like for instance, if somebody caught their mate masturbating, for example, 9 out of 10 times it just ain't only they thinking about their mate. So those situations is a form of cheating, and yes, I think that can occur while you in love. However, I believe that the more that you do those type of things, that the more that gets in the way of love, and that causes friction without the other person even knowing about it. Because now that I say I can have sex by myself and not with you, and with sex it was meant to really bring two folks together, now that causes a lot of hindrance, which makes a lot of people get isolated, distant, and now the sex doesn't feel the same, because now I can conceptualize myself having sex with people I used to have sex with, or having sex with somebody that I saw, or having sex with somebody that I'm envisioning that the other person who I'm dealing with looks like. So that can cause problems. And I would tell you this: one solution is to have conversations on such things, and then let the other person be real enough to tell you the truth, and then work them out. Oftentimes in relationships, people don't keep it 100 and they lie to pacify the other person's feeling, but then they never get through the problem that they need to work on. It is cheating, but that's that symptom that's really going to get to that traditional aspect, in my opinion. Because
that's causing a wedge between you and your partner's sex life. Like, if I just masturbated, that means I don't want sex again, and he's ready for some sex, then you know, I can't have sex with him because I already got my pleasure by myself.
Right,
you know?
right.
So
and that is very true, because the fact is, if a person can say they can have pleasure without their mate, then that's going to start causing saying, well, maybe I can talk to somebody else that can provide me this pleasurable experience that my mate can't do it. So yeah, there are times when a person needs to check their sexual drive, and sexual drive is what's really can cause that hindrance and that wedge in between two people.
Sexual drive is what I think causes a lot of cheating.
Yeah.
I think that more people than we realize are sex addicts, and sometimes, like you said, it takes to have that conversation with your mate to say, hey, you know, how are you doing sexually?
Yeah.
You know,
I think that's important.
Yeah, like, am I giving sex to you enough? Because what happens is, if you're not getting satisfied with your mate enough times, you're gonna go look for it somewhere else.
If you are selfish, we have to keep that too. If a person is selfish, then they're gonna look at it in other ways. It's important to present ways to help at the same time. It's to really challenge what love is.
Yeah.
I think sometimes where we grow up in this society where music we listen to, you know, the television shows, it's all like sex is how you say I love you. Well, then one has to start channeling what does love really mean. And yes, sex is making love, and one can just be you know what. But I question if that's the only time when you say I love you and mean it authentically. Because if that's the only time, then that's your idea of saying that you're a sex addict. Because it's like almost time when we first met, you know, she was like, you know, I'm more, you know, engaging, you know, like the 12 play, you know, getting into it. See, those times is also falling in love. A way you can communicate non-verbally before sex. So if every time you have sex and then you feel like now you completed something, I think that's a start of a really divorce.
Yeah.
Because you should be falling in love before the sex even occurs.
Oh yeah. You know, I always say, and I think we're getting like talk about sex now more than cheating, but I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
I always say that making love starts before the bedroom. So it's good to have spontaneous sex here and there, but I think a lot of times it starts before the bedroom, like the intimacy, you know, the cuddling that night before, and then that next morning you're thinking about, oh yeah, I like how he was holding me or whatever, you know, that it kind of gets you in the mood to have sex with your partner. So I think that, you know, that starts before the bedroom. And then also you should have foreplay, you know, to make that experience a little bit enjoyable. Yeah. So.
And the reason why I said the things that I was saying was based upon the fact that when you have that conversation, be willing to change so that the other person doesn't feel left out. Because sex is a big component of a relationship that can cause one to wonder in their mind, but there should be some other things that can like be that substitute when maybe you're not able to do it at that certain, because of cycles, because of tiredness and all things. So the fact that should somebody stay in a relationship if they cheat, I would say that it's complex.
It is.
That's a complex question.
And I feel like it depends on the situation, and it depends on your relationship and what you're willing to handle and accept from the other person. You know, for me, like, and then again, like, you can go on and say like, oh yeah, if he ever cheated, I'm out of there. I ain't there, you know, but you never know until you're in that situation. Right. Now, before, the Stephanie in the past, I would have, you know, I would have cheated too, and I would have, you know, done things as well, you know. Sure. But now that I'm married and I'm in love and things like that, it may be a little different. I may be more willing to be humble and be able to work it out with my husband.
And same here. And I think many people don't want to say it because it seems like it's giving a license to cheat, but that's actually giving the license to tell that person to be that more faithful, because I love you that much. Because, you know, love is is unconditional.
Yes.
Love is a part of somebody's communication. Love is a part of that joy. So if somebody begins to break that, are you willing to try to repatch it up? And to be honest, I do think it's a person can be capable of, like, you lusting and then you find out somebody is doing something else. It can patch up because when I met Steph, she was dating somebody else. And, you know what I mean? Let's I want to keep it real.
Okay.
And she was dating somebody else, and I wasn't. I got out of a relationship, and I was and having sexual encounters with other girls. So I think we were both talking to each other. See, that's again that lusting, because we were talking with each other, but we still had other issues. So I do believe that if you want to get serious, you can X those things out that you experienced and say, okay, all right, I'm willing to, and we did.
Yes.
I believe we had a conversation. She left my buddy, which it's good to see you, man. It's good to see you. But then But at the same time, she confronted a girl that I was talking to. We met at Parkside, and she confronted the girl and said, honey, you don't want none of this. So you messed up my meal plan. I didn't have no meal plan at the time. I'm still mad at that.
Cause let me not go there. No,
But you get what I'm saying though, because it sounds as if, like I can cheat, and people got this conception. I can cheat, but you better stay at home.
And yes, I definitely agree with that. I do. I think that people just feel like they can have that cake and eat it too.
For sure.
Like,
let's be real.
No, you can't just cheat on me and I'm just gonna stay at home whining and following you wherever you go.
Yeah.
I'm be getting my swerve on.
Yeah, and be so and get the swerve on, but then but not be willing to accept that the other person ain't they swerving too.
Yeah.
So I think that's so. No matter what, if a person is swerving, then it's important for us to know we understand that people cheat. We got that concept.
Yes.
But so it's very important now that you start to understand that you can't say that you've been cheated on if you continue to cheat. As we continue to discuss this cheating, we understand that people cheat, but also the gist of this is basically recognizing it, and then also trying to talk to your mate and ask them what's their characterization of cheating.
Yes.
And let them know that you are more worthy than the fact that being cheated on. But then if you want to date somebody that you want to forgive, then that healing process must start with you guys communicating. We are going to continue this discussion, but we're going to take it a different turn, and we're going to start talking about a very important issue next week, and my wife is going to end while she discussed that.
Yeah, so next week we're going to be talking about how you find your mate, the right person for you. How do you know this person is the person that I'm supposed to marry, I'm supposed to be with, and all of that jazz. So again, cheating.
Yeah.
Should you stay in a relationship if you have been cheated on? My take on it is it depends on the situation. It depends on who you are. I would say the number one thing is to stay true to who you are. Don't listen to other people saying, girl, you need to leave him. If he cheating on you, need to leave him. Or boy, you need to get you another girl because she ain't giving it up, blah, blah, blah. You need to stay true to who you are. Listen to what you want to do and what's best for your relationship. Because at the end of the day, you are the person that's going to be with that person. You are the person that lives with that person and has to deal with that person. So
as we come to a close, I also want to say that this is for men and women. Think rationally and not sexually. The person is communicating with you saying that they don't want to be with you if they cheat. Listen to those signs. My wife said that listen to yourself. Also, listen to the body language of the person. If a person doesn't want to be with you, then you have to sometimes make room for that person to leave. So with that being said, should you date somebody who cheated on you? My thing is, if they communicating with you that they don't want you, then you need to have a serious conversation with them to see if they should be there. If not, the space that they occupy, somebody else who loves you can.
Absolutely. So this concludes our conversation of cheating and should you stay in a relationship if you cheat, if you have been cheated on, or if you cheat. So please feel free again to subscribe and comment and join in on our conversation. This is a two-way street. We want to hear what you guys think, and come back next week for another video from us. And thank you for tuning in to the Mrs. and Mr. Show. We will see you again in our next video.
All right, peace. Always be the best you. Peace.
Peace.
All right.